Hi everyone and welcome. Today we will explore the idea of living our yoga. If you're new to yoga, you might be saying, what's she talking about? And if you are a more experienced yogi, you might be thinking, well, that's easy, right? But in my experience, anytime I'm struggling with anything, when I take a step back, think about it, meditate on it, examine where I can soften and open and let go a little bit, and then that's usually when the aha happens for me. So today's class, I have a blanket for the few minutes that we'll be sitting, and you can use it in Shavasana at the end of the class as well, and then 2 blocks, not absolutely necessary, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. So, let's start with a comfortable seat. Roll the flesh of the thighs away, out and away. Draw the belly muscles up and in and lengthen through the spine, and bring the hands either to the thighs or maybe to heart center. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back body. Tuck the chin a little bit. Turn the gaze forward and down, or feel free to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And then just notice the breath at first without trying to change anything. Take a few breaths here, softening in the jaw and the space between the brows. And then we'll begin counting our inhale and our exhale. And I want to count to 4 on the inhale, nice and slow and long. And then pause at the top of the inhale, and just for a moment, and then exhale. Again, slow and long, counting to 4. So, move at your own pace here. I'll guide you through the first set, and then we'll just be quiet together as we breathe together. So, inhaling to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale to your count of 4. Then exhale to your count of 4. Nice and slow. And inhale, counting to 4. And exhaling slowly and with intention to the count of 4. And then return to a normal breath. Notice how you feel. Notice if you're holding on somewhere and maybe you need to soften. Notice if anything bubbles up at all. Be okay with that. It all belongs, all the feelings, all the emotions. Inhale and gently begin to open your eyes. And we'll come straight to a tabletop. So, you're welcome to use your blanket to pad your knees or set it aside. In this tabletop, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, belly lifting up and in, long spine, gaze forward and down, big breath in. As you exhale, come into your cat pose, arching your back and bringing your tailbone towards your heels. Then inhale, lift the head and the tailbone, sink the belly, heart shines forward, cow pose. Then move at your own pace with your breath here. Feeling this in both the back body and the front body. Noticing that you're moving your body with your breath. And then if you get to a point in either your cat or your cow where you say, oh, this feels yummy, I want to explore this, you can pause and explore or keep moving. If you'd like to do some barrel rolls, you're welcome to do that. Or maybe swish the hips left and right. So do what feels right for you in this moment. We'll take a few more breaths here. Excuse me. And then return to a flat back. Then from here, widen the knees, touch the toes, walk the hands forward and the hips backwards, and come towards a child's pose. And if your forehead doesn't reach the mat, please bring a block in or your blanket to rest the forehead on. Settle in here for just a few breaths, revisiting the idea of how to live our yoga more fully so that in general we're feeling happier, more at peace, more accepting, more open, I should say, to whatever comes our way. It's okay if the hips don't touch the heels here. Bring a large inhale all the way into the belly and feel the belly expand in the space between the thighs, and then exhale. And if you have a block under your head, lift the head and move the block to the side. Steeple the fingers and begin to walk the fingers off the left side of the mat. The left hand can actually come anywhere that is comfortable for you. The right hand, try and walk it as far away from you as possible. Forehead can come down to the earth. Press back into that right hip any amount. And hopefully you'll feel some stretch all along the right side body from the armpit down towards the hip. Take one more breath here. The chest can be resting on that left thigh. Inhale, lift the head. Spider walk the fingertips over towards the center and then off the right side of the mat. Right hand can place anywhere that you feel supports you. Left fingertips walk away from you. The chest, once again, can be resting on the right thigh this time. Press back into that left hip. Feel a stretch on the outside of the left rib cage. Big breath in. Nice long exhale. And exhale. Lift the head. Spider walk the fingertips back to center. Come back into a tabletop. Extend the right leg long behind you. Inhale, and as you exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Walk the hands up the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Grow long in the side bodies. Reach the fingertips way up. Exhale, bring the hands down and behind the back. Interlace the fingertips, and if that's not easy or comfortable for you, maybe clasp opposite elbows here. But draw the shoulder blades onto the back body, hug the belly and the rib cage in, and take a breath here. And notice where you can soften, working on opening our heart, being open to all that comes at us in our lives, softening and accepting and letting go. And whether the fingers are interlaced or the elbows are clasped, let go. Bring the hands back to either side of the right foot and step that foot back into your tabletop. Inhale, extend the left leg long, press out through that left heel. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose and step the foot between the hands, walking the hands up the knee. Sweep the arms to the sky. Reach the shoulder blades up so they're coming up towards your ears. That's okay. We want some movement in our shoulder blades here. And then exhale and lower the arms, bringing them behind the back body. Think about drawing the belly in, the rib cage in. Interlace the fingers or clasp opposite elbows here. That left foot is pressing into the mat and the right glute is engaged and strong and feeling like it's supporting you in this pose. And then slowly release. Bring the hands back to the mat. Step the left foot back into your tabletop. Walk both hands, one handprint forward. Curl the toes under, hug the belly up and in, and float the hips up, coming into our first downward facing dog pose. Big breath in here. Draw the bend into the knees, lift the heels, and press into the palms so the spine is long. And lift the hips a little higher and begin to lower the heels any amount towards the ground, pedaling your feet. The neck is soft, the head is released. Good. Inhale with both heels and begin walking the feet towards the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. And in your forward fold, bend your knees as much as you need to, okay? From here, we'll inhale halfway. So the hands can be on your mat, or you're welcome to bring your blocks in, or you can slide the hands up the shin. Belly is lifted, long spine. Exhale, release, and fold forward. We'll do that again. Inhale, halfway, long spine. And exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Press into the feet. Bring the hands overhead, palms meet. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. Beautiful. Pause for just a moment here in our first standing pose, mountain pose. Feel the head over the heart and the heart over the hips. Feel centered and grounded here. And inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms face one another. Exhale, sit back into a chair pose. And then exhale and bring the forearms to your thighs for a modified chair. The feet are about hip distance apart, and rock back and forth a little bit and see if you can bring the weight of the torso to spread evenly over both feet. Hug the belly in. Inhale, bring the hands to heart center. Exhale and turn to your left. Bring the right elbow to the middle of that left thigh. And you can stay here, or if you'd like to experiment a little bit, release the palms and spread the arms, and think about that right hip and draw the right hip back. Good. Notice how that changes the pose for you. Keep hugging the belly in, long spine. Bring the palms back together. Inhale to center. We'll go to the other side. So take a big breath in here. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow lands just in the middle of the right thigh, and you can stay right here, or expand the arms wide, and then think about that left hip, draw it back in space. Long spine, belly lifted. Exhale, bring the palms back together, come center, and come into a forward fold. Whew. Good job. Inhale halfway. Exhale, release and fold forward. Inhale halfway, long spine. Belly lifted here. Gaze right down at your mat. Exhale, release and fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Root down to rise. Palms meet overhead. Big sun breath here. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. Feel your heart beating. Notice what you notice as we warm up our body here with our movement today. Soften in the jaw, space between the brows. Feel the support of your mat underneath you. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Big breath in here. Exhale, swan dive. Fold forward. Bring one of your blocks to the middle of your mat here. Place your right hand on the mat, on the block, on the top of the block, and the block should be on the highest level. So the torso is parallel. Bend into that right knee. Hug the belly in. Inhale, bring the left hand to the hip and begin to turn the torso towards the left. And you can stay here if this is perfect for you. Or inhale and sweep the left hand up towards the sky. You can release the neck a little bit, lowering the right ear towards your right shoulder blade if that feels good. If it doesn't, then don't do it. Then face that left palm towards the back of your mat. And then explore the idea of bringing the back of the left hand to the sacrum here. Think long spine, belly lifting up and in, and then draw that left shoulder onto the back body. Opening the heart. Inhale, lift that left hand up to the sky. Exhale, turn center, come back into your forward fold. And we'll do the other side. So inhale, come about halfway up. Bring the left hand to the block. Bring the right hand to the hip. Bend into that left knee and start turning the torso to the right. And you can stay right here if this is perfect for you. Explore releasing the left ear towards your left shoulder. Keep drawing the right shoulder blade onto the back body. Maybe reach the right hand up towards the sky. Maybe turn the right palm to the back of your mat, and then slowly lower the back of that right hand to the sacrum and draw the right shoulder blade onto the back body here, opening the heart, twisting the torso. Big breath in here. Exhale, reach the right hand back up to the sky. Turn the torso back towards the mat and lower into a forward fold. Plant the hands, step the right foot back and then the left foot coming into a plank. Lower the knees and slowly lower all the way down. Good. Release the tops of the toes so they're pressing into your mat. Steeple the fingertips here and walk the hands off the mat, off either side of your mat, directly out from your shoulders. Elbows point towards the sky. Shoulder blades are squeezing in towards one another. Lengthen through the tailbone. Inhale, float the heart and the head up. Coming into a modified cobra here. Notice how that feels. Explore a little bit with some movement in the shoulders. Exhale, release. Bring the forehead to the mat. Plant the hands next to the shoulders. Curl the toes under. Press up to tabletop. Walk your hands one handprint forward. Curl the toes under. Float the hips up. Coming into downward facing dog pose. Inhale the right leg long. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose and step the foot between the hands. Now you can bring your blocks in here and use your blocks to, before we go anywhere with the blocks, let's rotate the left heel down and use the blocks to lift your torso and walk your hands up your right leg and come into a warrior two pose. So check your stance here. That right heel intersects the left arch. Shoulder blades on the back body. Gaze forward over that right hand, over the middle finger there. Looking off into the future. Being okay with whatever comes our way. Flip the palm. Lower the left hand to the left thigh and reverse your warrior. Gaze can be up at that right hand or back at the left big toe. Soften into that right knee. Keep hugging the belly in. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale into extended side angle. Long spine here. Left hand begins at the left hip. And if you'd like to go further, sweep the left hand to the sky and possibly overhead. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Windmill the hands either back to the blocks or to the earth. Lift through that left heel and step the right foot back, coming into our downward facing dog pose. Take a breath here. And another. Inhale the left leg long. Exhale, draw that knee in towards the nose and step or work the left foot forward between both hands. Then once again, use your blocks to start to lift. Rotate the right heel to the mat. Walk your hands up that left knee and come into your warrior two. Check in with your feet. Left heel intersects with the right arch. Flip the left palm. Lower the right hand to the right thigh. Gaze comes up at the left hand or back at the right big toe for reversed warrior. Warrior two. Extended side angle beginning with the right hand on the right hip. You can stay here. Inhale the arm to the sky or sweep it overhead. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands to the blocks. Lift through that right heel. Bring the hands to your mat and step the foot back, coming into downward facing dog pose. Inhale, lower the knees to the mat, coming into tabletop. Hug the belly in. Sweep the right arm up towards the sky. Gaze follows the right hand. Exhale, thread that arm under and through, coming into our thread the needle pose here. You can stay right here, or you're welcome to extend that left leg long. The left hand can stay right directly across from the nose, or you can spider walk the fingers towards the top of the mat. Notice what you notice here. Where can you soften? Where can you let go? Spider walk the left hand back in front of your nose. Bring the left knee back into tabletop. Use the left hand to press up. Sweep the right hand back up to the sky. Exhale and bring the right hand back to tabletop. And we'll go to the other side. Inhale, sweep the left hand up. Gaze follows the hand. Exhale, thread that hand under and through. Landing on the left shoulder, left ear. Steeple the fingers of the right hand. Draw that right shoulder onto the back body. Maybe extend the right leg long. Maybe spider walk the fingers towards the top of the mat. And breathe here. Notice how the body is supported in this pose. See if you can soften and relax a little bit here. Know that living your yoga with awareness and revisiting the idea of softening, and letting go helps reduce anxiety, bring a sense of fullness to your life. Spider walk the right fingers back in front of the nose. Lower the right knee back into tabletop. Press up with that right hand. Sweep the left hand up. And exhale back into tabletop. Good. Let's have our blocks on the highest level at the top of our mat. Walk the hands, one hand forward here, curl the toes under, float the hips up, coming into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Find some balance here between the weight in the hands and in the feet. Belly's hugging up and in. Inhale, reach that right leg long. Exhale, draw the knee towards the nose and step the foot between the hands. Bring your blocks in on the highest level, rotate the left heel down. Walk the hands up the knee, come into your warrior two. Flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Warrior two, extended side angle. Inhale, sweep the arm up to the sky. Maybe overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the blocks. Lift through that left heel. So we're in a warrior three right now. Hug the belly in. Press out through that left heel and grow strong in the right leg. Maybe draw the energy up that right leg. Feel the kneecap lifting. Lift your left hand to your left hip. Walk your right block one block forward. And begin to twist the torso towards the left. And you can keep the left hand on the hip or lift that left hand to the sky, coming into Ardha Chandrasana. I'm going to scoot back a little bit, so there we go. And play around with your balance here. Feel the shifting weight in the foot. And then come down when you're ready. Step that left foot back into our warrior two. Windmill the hands to the mat. Lift through that left heel and step the right foot back to downward facing dog pose. Find your breath. Let go of that last pose on the right side. Be okay with however it turned out. Inhale the left leg long. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose and step the foot between the hands. Use your blocks here. Rotate the right heel down. Walk the hands up the left knee, warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Inhale, flip that left hand, rotate into, well, come into a reverse warrior. Gaze is at the left hand or back at the right big toe. Draw that right hip back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Right hand to right hip. Inhale the hand towards the sky or overhead. Yogi's choice here. Exhale and bring the hands to the blocks. Lift through that right heel and begin to push off of the right foot. Press out of that right hip and grow long and strong in the left leg. Feel that kneecap lifting up. All the energy is coming up that leg into the hips. Keep pressing out of the right heel. Hug the legs towards the midline. Bring the right hand to the right hip. And then slowly turn the torso, stacking the hips here. Maybe float that right hand to the sky. Long and strong. Muscles are working here in both legs. Play around with your balance. Slowly release. Bring the chest so it's once again facing your mat. Step that right foot back, coming back into our warrior two, and then windmill the hands to the mat. Move your blocks aside. Step that left foot back into downward facing dog pose. Big breath in here. Exhale, bring the knees to the mat, and then come to sit. Nice job, everybody. Okay, so feet flat, knees bent. We'll bring this left heel underneath the right leg. Grow tall here. And see if you can bring that right foot over the left knee. And if you're like, nope, that's not gonna work, then unwrap the right foot and extend the left leg long. And then bring the right leg over, okay? So a couple choices there for your legs. Do what's right for your body. Listen to what the body is saying to you. All right, so regardless of whether your left leg is long or bent in, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky, hug the belly in. Exhale, turn towards that right thigh and then wrap the left arm around the right knee, or you can just bring the hand to the knee. Use the right hand just behind the right hip to support your torso and help you lengthen and grow tall here. Turn the gaze forward and down. Take a few deep breaths here. Twisting into this pose here. Using the breath to go a little deeper. And then notice where you can soften. Soften in the heart, in the jaw, in the space between the brows, maybe in the shoulder blades, in the hip sockets, in the feet. And let go. Good. And if the eyes are closed, blink them open, come back center, unwrap that right leg, and we'll go to the other side. So once again, either extending the right leg long and pointing it over towards the left a little bit and bringing the left leg over, or tucking that right heel towards the left sit bone and bringing the left foot over the right knee. Grow tall. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, turn towards the left. Arms come to where it's most comfortable for you. The left hand supports the torso just behind the left hip. Use your breath here, inhaling, growing tall and long, exhaling and twisting. Lift the corners of the mouth here. Bring a smile to the center of the heart. Soften the muscles of the thighs. What does it mean to live your yoga? With the eyes open, if they're closed, inhale, come back to center. Unwrap that left leg. Bring the feet towards the top of your mat. And make your way down onto your back. So you're welcome to come down in a bridge, in a boat pose, slowly rolling down, or just use your hands and your arms. Support yourself and come all the way down. Extend the legs long. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead and grow long through the torso, through the body. Fingertips reach away from the head and the toes reach away from the feet and the legs. Big breath in, and then exhale and sweep the arms back next to the torso. Soften in the legs. Bend into both knees. Plant the feet flat. Inhale. Bring the arms to cactus arms. And walk the feet as wide as the mat here. And begin to slowly exhale the knees to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale the knees to the left. And then move at your own pace here. Moving once again the body with the breath. Notice how that feels. Notice that the breath is always there for you and can bring you, when you focus on it, into the present moment. And that is what we are always seeking with our yoga. Practicing to be in the moment. Good, then wherever you're at, bring the knees back to center. Bring the arms next to the torso. Hug both knees in gently. Feet flexed. Feel a gentle stretch in the low back. Rock back and forth, left and right. And if there's a final pose you'd like to take, please take it. You can come into happy baby, or maybe come into a bridge pose. We can do another twist. Lots of options here. Find something that's perfect for you. Keep the corners of your mouth lifted. Keep that smile in your heart. And then wrap up that last pose and come into corpse pose here. Extending the legs long. Walk the heels wide and allow the feet to fall away from one another. Extend the arms wide. Palms flip towards the sky and fingers curl in naturally. Lift the head, tuck the chin a little bit. Feel some length in the back of the neck here. And then allow the torso to melt into the mat. big breath in, and on the exhale, let go, and let go. Do that a few more times. You're welcome to pause the video at this point and spend several minutes in your Shavasana, which I highly recommend, nourishing for your heart and your body and your mind. And join us when you're ready. Begin to deepen the breath. Relax the fingers and toes, returning movement to the body. Draw one knee in towards the chest and then the other, using the hands to hold the knees close. Then roll to whichever side is calling you and pause for just a moment. And use the strength of the upper body to press up and lift into a comfortable seat. So coming into easy sit pose, hero pose. Bring hands to heart center. Lengthen through the torso and draw the shoulder blades onto the back body. Gaze forward and down or eyes closed. Take a breath here. What does it mean to live your yoga? Think awareness. Think willingness. Think open-heartedness. Think letting go. Soften again in the jaw. Lift the corners of the mouth. Bringing a smile to the face, bring a smile to the heart center. I hope you've enjoyed this practice with me today. In love and gratitude, our practice is complete. Namaste. Have a great week, everyone.